This is a CC Radio podcast.
On this week's show, we've got some super big news, and we're also wrapping up the first season of The Boys.
The Boys. Welcome to Comic Confidential, the weekly show where we discuss our favorite things from popular culture. My name is Cade.
And my name is Troy. And as I said at the top of the show, this week is all about The Boys.
Indeed it is.
Which is wrapped up. Well, technically it hasn't wrapped up because they dropped the whole season at once.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that works.
It's already been renewed for season 2.
It's already been renewed for season 2. It was renewed for season 2 before season 1 even dropped.
Yeah.
But probably now that we've seen it, worthwhile. Like
Absolutely.
that's a good call. Definitely a good call. So we're going to get right into that.
Well, they did the same thing with Teen Titans, didn't they? Titans.
Titans. Yeah, calm down.
Just
calm
relax,
down
mate.
Barely anyone's a teen on that show. Yeah, they did do the same thing with Titans, I believe. I don't know if we have actually spoken about this, but Doom Patrol has been officially picked up for season 2.
I think we did.
We might have.
We might have touched
I can't
on it.
remember. We might have touched on it, but it's definitely been picked up for season 2, which is good. And by all reports, Pennyworth, which I don't like, it's got nothing to do with the DC streaming service or anything like that, but Pennyworth, which is out, is pretty good.
Really?
I've heard. I haven't watched it
What?
myself, but if there's anyone out there that has seen it and can confirm
Wow.
that it's actually not that bad.
Holy crap.
But look, it could be a good show. I just think I'd be too busy trying to kind of reference pick.
Yeah. Oh, you would.
know what I mean? You just get annoyed.
They couldn't help themselves.
Oh, they'd have to.
Oh, that's a bat.
Man.
Yeah.
Look at that bat, man. Look at that.
No, because
dick.
it would be.
It's grey, son.
You need to go to the doctor.
Yeah.
You got to be Joe King. Didn't work, did it?
No, probably the worst one of the lot.
I should have quit.
You should have quit. We had 2 good ones.
And then we had to push it.
You fucked it.
Yeah, I know.
You had to push it.
I had to push it. Look, I was trying to be cool, okay?
All right. Just felt the pressure. Like,
Yeah.
kids are out there. They're on the YouTubes. They're just...
I was riffing. And I
You're just
riffed myself.
freestyling. Freestyled yourself into a corner.
You know, I was like a young Eminem, Marshall Mathers in 8 Mile.
Yes.
And the winter,
But
not the winter.
shit.
Yeah, but no, yeah, at the start.
Oh, like where... Yeah.
I had Mum's spaghetti on me.
Yeah,
and
of course.
the Falcon has just laid me out.
Yeah. None of that happened in the movie.
Nah,
He didn't battle the Falcon
No,
until
he
the
did.
very end.
Yeah, and he lost.
He won.
Nah, I don't see him.
I mean-
I don't see him in the MCU.
That's true. That's true.
So who's a real winner here?
Yeah, look, you've got a point.
Yeah.
Eminem has been in comic books as Eminem versus the Punisher, or the Punisher. It's like a team up. It's either a verse or a team
Oh,
up.
actually, no, I have heard of that.
You would assume it would be a team up.
A team
because
up.
if it's a verse. Well, it depends. Because if
wait. What if the Punisher had a verse on his track?
Yeah, okay, well, because that's what I was going to say. Like, if it was a rap battle, the
Ooh.
Punisher would probably lose. Frank Castle can barely speak
That's true.
2 sentences.
So he might win then.
Oh, that's
Like if he's one of those modern day mumble rappers.
that's true. That's true. I don't know. I don't understand anything anymore.
Depends what the rules were of the rap battle.
Yep.
If it was a beatboxer or if it was an actual beatbox
Yep.
going, different rules.
That's right. Anyway, my whole world's turned upside down.
There you go.
Up is west, black is east.
What?
The whole thing.
Wow.
The whole kit and caboodle.
I think everything's just turned upside down for you there.
But we are, like I also said at the top of the show, that we've got some big news. And
That
we do
is
have
going
some
to
big
turn
news.
people's worlds
This is going
upside
to turn
down.
some people's worlds upside down. It's certainly going to turn our world upside down. And yeah, hey, probably most of you, if you're out there and you're listening, unless this is your very first episode, then you're probably not going to care as much.
Or you might.
You
You'd be
might.
like, shit.
This show is good.
Yeah.
Anyway, so why don't you drop some bombshells, my friend?
Yeah, look, we're steadily approaching episode 200, which is a massive milestone for the show.
Yeah.
Never thought we'll get there.
For any show, really.
For any show.
Yeah.
200 weeks. 4 years, effectively, of us podcasting week in, week out, non-stop.
Yeah.
Non-stop.
I know. I've been there for most of it. Most of it.
But look, we're getting to a very big milestone for the show, 200 episodes. We're very proud of that. We're very excited.
Yes.
And we feel like that's the perfect time for us to hang up our cap
Yeah.
at episode 200.
So take that.
Yeah.
Take that, you guys. Yeah. So, look, I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it just for a sec. I'm going to let you guys freak out a bit.
Wait.
Let me freak out a bit.
They're ending the show at episode 200?
Why didn't they do it at episode 2?
Guys,
you guys have wasted 3 years of my life.
Yeah. I was invested.
So here's the thing. So yes, 200 shows. Like this show has been a part of our life for, like Cade said, nearly 4 years. It will be 4 years in February that we've been doing this thing for, and it's done better than we could ever imagine that it would have done. And we want to leave it in a really good place. And we have discussed things like possibly changing the name,
yes,
and changing the
style,
and the format, and all that sort of stuff. But we decided that we didn't want to take away from. I don't want to sound like a loser, but from the legacy
that it was
that that we've created for the show. And because look, when we first started talking about changing the name and stuff like that, I was on iTunes and I was doing some searches and stuff like that, and because we were like trying to think of a new name, so I was like searching for some things to make sure that we weren't going to steal anybody's name or whatever. And it happens that like whenever you search, comic or comics or pop culture or anything like that, this is the show that comes up first. And I think that's really great, and I think we've been really lucky to have listeners like yourselves that have helped to get us to where the show has gotten. So we didn't want to tarnish that, right? So we thought, fuck it, we're out, peace out. 200 episodes, and that's a really good number to end on. But we are going to continue with a
new show,
a brand new show.
Well, a new show to a lot of you, an older show to a lot of Patreon listeners.
Yeah, so it is kind of the Patreon special, Patreon only show that we do drop every week. It's going to be a little bit different to that. It's going to be a little bit more polished and professional and that sort of thing. But effectively, it's going to be you tell the world the name.
So the new show will be called Great Mates, and it's something that we've had for. Oh gosh, nearly the life of this podcast. Well, ever since we really started doing Patreon, and
ever since Patreon for sure.
Yeah. So the episodes weren't weekly; they were every now and then.
Yeah.
But effectively, you've got like a good 50 to 60 bonus episodes on that Patreon.
Yeah. And so what we want to do is we want to be able to do something that's kind of a little bit freer for us, I guess, to be able to talk about
all the stuff that we like to talk about, because we like so many other things.
Yeah, like rather than sort of, have it sort of so pop culture centric and stuff like that. And, there's a lot of other things happening externally. Cade's got another show going on as well. Believe, if you haven't heard of it, I'll give it a plug this week.
Did you say Believe?
Oh, God, here we go.
Damn, son.
Yeah.
I regret every decision in my life that has led me to that point right there when I said the word believe.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did you say Believe?
No, I didn't. Don't you dare. So you've got that happening. I am also going to be starting my own show fairly soon.
Yes,
it's
you are.
Come out fairly soon.
Very exciting.
And there'll be more news on that.
Coming soon. And look, there is another show coming to our network. It's actually already started recording.
Yep.
And it's effectively going to be the replacement for this one.
Sort of, yeah.
We're not going to talk about that one too much just yet. However, if you do become a Patreon subscriber, which we're actually going to open up to the whole world, we're going to give away all the goodies.
Like it's not already.
Well, there's some stuff that's only available at certain levels. But
I see
what we're going to do is we're going to let everyone have all the goodies for just $1 until the show ends. So $1 a month.
$1 a month, yeah.
So if you want to hear what Great Mates will potentially sound like, or at least find a flavor for it, you'll have 50 plus episodes of it there to have a listen to, and you'll also hear the upcoming other pop culture show that we've got coming too. That's basically it. That's the news that we've got. So Comic Confidential, as we know it, will be ending at episode 200. Yes.
Great Mates will be starting at episode 1. Maybe the very next week, maybe a couple of weeks after that. We haven't fully decided.
We might take our first holiday ever in 4 years.
We might take for me, my second.
Yeah.
So yeah, we might be doing that. But it'll drop very soon after. But we are going to take that one right back to scratch.
Indeed.
So it'll be like a brand new page, a brand new show on iTunes. 0 listeners unless you guys decide to come over, but that sort of thing. So we do want to take just a quick second, even though it's like we'll do it properly at episode 200 and stuff like that when we bow out finally. But to thank each and every one of you for listening every week and to getting us to 200 episodes, because I can tell you what. When we first started, we didn't think it would last
past the first 5
for long. And it did. So that's really good.
So yeah, that's exciting.
If you have any questions, hit us up. Hit us up.
Yeah.
You can hit us up, obviously, in the listener community. You can hit us up on, send us an email, comicconpod@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Why not?
Why not?
We don't get a lot of emails from people. We get a lot from businesses and stuff like that, but we don't get, emails from people.
It'd be nice.
It'd be nice to get an email from someone saying, you fuckers.
You fucks. I invested in you. I believed in you.
No.
Oh.
No. So that's that. So hey, we should probably talk about The Boys then and try to pick up the
Well, how about before we get into The Boys, let's talk about that Titan season 2 trailer that has dropped.
Oh, yes, I totally forgot that we were going to do that. Yeah.
Thoughts?
Good.
It looks good.
Like, it does look good.
We didn't get enough of Superboy.
We didn't get enough of Superboy. They showed a very quick glimpse of him in his black shirt with the
blink and you miss it.
Blink and you miss it. They did show Crypto. You probably saw more Crypto than the super dog or Wonder Dog than you did anything else. But yeah, he's there, and that's a start. You also got to see a little bit of Aqualad.
Yeah, you did,
which is cool.
He looks great
from
the still that we paused on,
and from what we've had previously, say in Smallville, it's stuff like that. It is what it is. We also got to see Bruce Wayne.
Look, that motherfucker's old.
He's pretty old.
He's very fucking old.
Old Jorah Mormont from Game of Thrones. Real name escapes me at the moment, but he'll always be Jorah to me.
Doesn't have a real name.
He'll always be Sir Jorah to me.
Because you got to remember, he would still be Batman in this universe.
He would be technically, yeah.
Nah.
Why?
Nah.
What's so unbelievable about an old man Batman?
He's
realistically,
old.
I reckon he looks about as good as Michael Keaton did as Bruce Wayne back in the day.
No way.
If you look at Michael Keaton as Bruce Wayne, right, from back in 1989's Batman, you go, that dude ain't fighting nobody. That dude's skinny Michael Keaton from Mr. Mum. That dude's not fighting anybody.
That's a fair call.
You know what I mean? So you look at kind of, I'm going to say his name is Ian Glenn.
Ooh.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Like, he has 2 first names.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Could be Glenn Ian.
That's even grosser.
It's Ian Glenn. Look, if I'm wrong, hey.
You're wrong.
At least I got his Game of Thrones name right?
Did you?
Yes. I just had to quickly double check, but I did. Yeah, so, it's entirely fathomable that this older,
Yeah, maybe.
Slimish.
Oh, look, do you think we'll see him as Batman?
No.
I
don't at all. I think there'll be plenty of, hey, here's a suit, and hey, maybe even here's Alfred. Hey, here's the Batmobile. We're in the Batcave.
Yeah.
All that sort of stuff, maybe.
Well, haven't we already seen a lot of that?
That's kind of my point.
Yeah.
But well, they showed a lot, and spoilers if you haven't finished the entire first season of Titans yet.
It's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
They did a lot in that final episode where he was kind of hallucinating.
Yes. Batman
about killing people, and all that sort of stuff. So
directed by Zack Snyder.
Absolutely. So there was a lot of that then. But we don't know if that's real.
Yeah.
Or if that was just...
Okay, look, I don't think the guy that we just saw could be that Batman in that hallucination. Way too... flips and shit, Troy. That guy ain't doing flips.
Oh, but you can believe that Michael Keaton can do flips and shit.
No.
Oh. All right, then.
Yeah.
But I am excited. I didn't actually realize that it drops in September.
That's so soon.
So that's very soon. That's like next month. So,
far out.
So that's very exciting.
So excited.
Yeah. So keen to see what they do with season 2. Yeah.
What about, okay, I'm going to touch on something very, very quickly.
Okay.
This whole Infinite Earths that we're getting with
the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover
for the DC
for
TV,
the
CW verse.
CW verse.
This is like shaping up to be the biggest thing ever. Because it's like
massive.
It's even got Black Lightning in it now.
Yeah, Cress Williams is making an appearance apparently. So we're talking about a crossover between The Flash, Arrow, Legends of Tomorrow, Supergirl, Batwoman, and technically Black Lightning.
My goodness.
6 goddamn shows, and they've already like announced everybody who has ever been a superhero.
We're getting
anything.
Multiple Batmans, apparently.
Hey, look, apparently, for you guys that think this could work, which I never have, but that's fine. Kevin Conroy is coming out and he's going to be a version of Bruce Wayne.
I do not like that.
Well, see, this is what we're talking about. You're talking about Ian Glenn, Jorah Mormont. Don't know if that's his name. Kevin Conroy is less physically imposing than him because that dude is a big man, Ian Glenn.
Yes.
I'm going to stop saying that in case that's not even his name.
I want it to be.
Kevin Conroy, voice actors can't necessarily be. I know they're doing it purely for fan service. That's all it is. It's purely for fan service. Hey, he might do he might do really well. I don't know. I don't want to be that guy. You guys are yelling at me already. It doesn't matter.
We could almost do a whole episode on this, on like all our theories on what's going to happen and things like that. But one of the best things that I've heard, there's 2 great things. One is that the bum is coming back.
The bum is he though?
Well, look, he's jumped on Twitter and said, "No, I'm not."
Yeah, wink.
Which means, yeah, I totally am.
Yeah,
like what else am I doing?
Yeah,
like what is Michael Rosenbaum doing?
His podcast. I don't even know if he's doing that anymore.
Yeah, actually, I don't know. Maybe.
I used to listen to it like pretty religiously. Like I'd listen week in, week out. And then it just got to a point where it's just like, well, he's just not a very good interviewer.
Oh, really?
Just because he's like one of those people that like if someone's telling a story, he will always relate it back to a story of his own.
That.
You know what I mean? And it's like when I was in Smallville or when I was doing this or, you know, when I first came to LA and, you know, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you know, I know you've got to relate to them and stuff like that, but you bring in your guest on, it's got to be all about them. I want to hear it from them.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know so it's not about you, Michael Rosenbaum.
But we still like you.
Yeah,
not love you. Like you.
A lot.
Yeah.
Like almost like you want to say I love you, but you're just not ready.
Yeah. It's like I don't want to freak you out.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't know if you're going to say it back.
Yeah. So I'll say it like when I know it's like solid.
Yeah, for sure.
Rock solid. So yeah, apparently he might be coming back as Lex Luthor. Who knows? But
Tom Welling is supposed to be making an appearance
as a Batman.
Maybe.
Now the biggest rumor that I've heard is Mark Hamill's coming in as a live action Joker.
Oh, that's another thing I don't like.
Yeah.
Look, I just don't know how it'll work. Like, I understand the voice and all that sort of stuff. And technically, the guy has already been a live action a trickster or whatever he was. So, you know, and obviously there's infinite Earths. I understand that he could be the Joker. I get it. But, you know, it is what it is. Maybe I would look, I will say this. I would most definitely prefer a Mark Hamill live action Joker than a Kevin Conroy live action
Batman.
Bruce Wayne / Batman.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
Hate on me all you want. There's only 10 more episodes for you to do it anyway.
So get it in now. But anyway, Troy, that's enough of that stuff. Let's get into what we're talking about this week, and that is The Boys.
The Boys.
It is dropped on Amazon Prime. And for those who are new to the show,
yes,
The Boys is my favorite comic book of all time.
Yeah.
It's gritty. It's highly adult.
Yes.
And it's completely inappropriate to read at any point, at any time.
Yeah, exactly. And the TV show did a pretty good job of doing that also for the most part.
In the first 15 seconds, I think.
Yeah, pretty close. I think it's probably pulled back a little bit on the old sexy times, but went all out with the violence for sure.
Yeah, so what's your overall thoughts of The Boys? So full disclosure, this is going to be complete spoilers. So if you haven't seen The Boys at all,
you probably should have.
Come back later.
There's only 8 episodes. What are you doing?
You should have watched it by now.
By now. It's been a week and a half, 2 weeks or something.
Unless your name's Troy and you had to cram it in
today.
Just today before we recorded.
I had to watch the final 3 episodes today in order to make this happen.
Yes.
Look, I really enjoyed it. Now, as far as it goes with the comics, I've read like the first maybe 1 or 2 volumes. I think I've read maybe the first 8 or 12 issues.
Yeah, right. So that probably falls right in line with what's kind of going on.
Roughly, yeah. But I read it so long ago, I've kind of forgotten it a bit. So,
okay.
it's kind of, and I didn't continue with it. And not because it's not a good comic, it's just so many things going on in my life.
It's a long comic.
And that's the thing. There's like 10 volumes or something like that. So, or maybe even more. So I was kind of like...
and I think each volume is like 400 pages.
Yeah, well, it'd be close.
Gigantic.
Yeah. They're usually around, that 350-ish mark. I can't really... I'm obviously going to have to throw to you in so far as the comparisons to the comic, but what I will say is I thought it was great. I thought it was really well done. When this came out, I was probably as excited for this as I was for Preacher before Preacher came out.
Yeah, okay.
But I think Preacher let me down quite a bit more, especially in the first season.
Yep.
Than this has. This is they've kind of just gone balls to the wall. They're not holding anything back.
Yeah.
They might be taking some sort of like some licensing with the story.
Yep.
And doing their own sort of thing with some aspects, but like everything that I've gotten so far, I've really, really enjoyed. And I'm looking forward for season 2. Absolutely. What about you though?
Oh, show of the year, mate.
Oh, here we go.
No, absolutely. I mean,
at least you've seen more than one episode.
Look, this is better than Titans to me. I mean,
Titans
is great.
It's not hard.
Wow.
No. Before everyone jumps on me for saying that, I don't mean that Titans is shit. I just mean there is probably no comparison between the two.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. Because like you watch Titans and you think, oh, damn, that's gritty.
Yeah.
And then you watch 15 minutes of this and you're like, what the fuck, Titans?
Yeah.
Look, The Boys is absolutely fantastic. And what I like is it's this real life look at what a world with superheroes would be like.
Yeah.
And
they're all a bunch of assholes.
They're all a bunch of assholes. And if you think of it, like that's exactly what would happen.
You would think so. Like in the real world, they would probably be very arrogant.
Yeah.
Very famous.
Absolutely.
Super famous. We all know what celebrities are like usually.
Imagine if Tom Cruise had superpowers.
Oh.
What a dickhead he would
all be dead.
Yeah.
We'd all
Easy.
We'd all be enslaved.
Imagine Kanye West with superpowers.
Oh, God. Would he even know what to do with them?
You would need the boys.
we would need the boys. When you look at it like that, like it is like this is like a realistic thing, and it shows realistic consequences, and people actually do get hurt and affected by the actions of these superheroes, even though they are kind of like saving lives. They're also destroying lives in the process. And it does a really good job of showing that.
Absolutely, because I mean, you look at the movies like Man of Steel, things like that.
Yeah.
Batman vs Superman. Like these are the 2 most controversial ones because they're the ones that have like the most death in a superhero movie.
Yeah, but they never really address it.
Exactly. Whereas in this, it's like the whole thing's based around that.
Yeah.
About how these superheroes aren't held accountable for everything that they do.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. This is the kind of the support group scene in Avengers Endgame where people are actually talking about shit that has happened and how it's affected them, but turned up to 10.
Yes.
Because, like even at Endgame, for all the shit that happened,
it wasn't that gritty.
Barely referenced it.
Yeah.
Not barely referenced it, but they barely referenced the effect that it had on so many people.
Definitely.
It was like, especially with the blip.
Yep.
And it was all done and everyone was happy and whatever.
Oh, everyone's back. Hooray.
Except all the people that still died.
Oh, awkward.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway. The boys, so good. I mean, like I said earlier, the comic is an extreme R rating.
Yeah.
And this TV show gets as close to it as it could.
Right.
In my opinion.
So what do you think of the main group of people in comparison to their characters in the comics? So we'll start with Billy Butcher, played by Carl Urban. What'd you think?
He's probably the furthest away out of all the characters in the comic,
right,
to their on-screen representations.
Okay,
and that's only because Billy the Butcher he's 15 out of 10 for craziness.
Right.
You can't really do that on TV with him being your main like critical driver.
Yeah.
Because
he gets there. He gets there at points.
Yeah, he does. And but imagine that just all the way through.
Yeah.
Like him walking around calling everyone cunts, punching everyone faces in.
Yeah.
And things like that. But he's not like that. He's a little bit more reserved.
Yeah.
But there's like parts of that just kind of shine through.
Right.
Mother's Milk.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Down to a T.
Cool. Sweet.
His family's backstory is a little bit different, and I'm really surprised they changed that because I thought that would have been a pretty good dynamic.
So what's the backstory in the comics then in relation to this one?
So it's pretty close, except in the comic book world, there's a lot more people affected by Compound V.
Right.
So his daughter is affected by Compound V, and she's like 12 years old but looks 24.
Oh, okay.
And she's caught up like in the adult industry and all that type of stuff.
Right.
But she's 12 years old.
Okay.
So it's
probably a little bit
too messed up for TV.
Yeah.
But it would have been cool to see like his daughter is a superhero, but he just doesn't know that.
Right.
But not the advanced aging and things like that.
Yeah, okay. All right, I get it.
Huey?
Yeah.
Pretty big difference.
Well, yeah.
Pretty big difference.
I mean, he doesn't look like
his dad.
He doesn't look like his dad.
But I really enjoyed the character. I mean, he had some pretty good growth, and he's very, very timid in the comic books. I would say the Huey in this is a little bit tougher.
Right, okay.
Because
I do remember him being a bit more
like
of a wimp. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I mean, The Boys is effectively about the struggle between Huey and the Butcher.
Yeah.
This needs to get that moving a little bit quicker.
Right, okay.
Because, I mean, the TV show, it actually moved incredibly slow in reference to the comics.
Sure.
But I really liked Huey. He grew quite well as a character in this.
Yep.
The Frenchman?
Yeah, Frenchie.
Oh, MVP, man.
yeah.
He was fantastic.
It was pretty good.
He was so good. Probably introduced in a very weird way, but I enjoyed it.
Yep.
Like he's just like came in as this like wacky guns, drugs carrier.
Yeah.
Dug it. And the female. Oh, yeah. Perfect.
Yeah, okay.
Except she does have a different superpower.
What's that one?
So in the comics, she actually doesn't have Compound V in her.
Right.
At the start. Because Compound V is actually used in a different way.
Sure.
In the comics. And it's really, really weird. But effectively, she doesn't have that healing ability.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, that's cool. I mean, it works.
Yeah, I dig it.
It works for the thing. Karen Fukuhara as the female. I think she was Katana. No, is that?
Oh, no, I think she was.
Is that? Am I saying the character's name right, or have I completely forgotten?
No, you're right.
From Suicide Squad.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, okay, yeah, cool. Yes. I was like freaking out because I was thinking of like Princess Katana from Mortal Kombat, and then when I was trying to say Katana, I'm like, I'm saying right? Katana like the sword, not Princess Katana from Mortal Kombat. All right. It has been a long, just for everyone at home, It's been a very long fortnight for me. So if I come across like I'm drunk, it's because
he's delirious on no sleep.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, let's talk about the Seven then. So the representation of the Seven, from Homelander to the Deep to A-Train to all of them. How'd they do?
Okay, so the Deep is much more of a highlight character in this TV show.
Well, it's because it's Chase Crawford, mate, from Gossip Girl.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
That's
exactly.
Why.
I was like, I know that face.
You got to put that beautiful face.
And I was like, I know Troy knows who that is.
Oh, I know who that is.
The guy is jacked.
Oh, he's pretty jacked.
What happened?
Well, he was always like
he wasn't that jacked.
He wasn't jacked, but he was always, he was like a pretty boy.
Yeah,
good looking kid, good bod,
good bod. He didn't have as many gills, but
he didn't have as many gills, but he was jacked.
He did what he did. Yeah, look, okay, so the 7. Let's start with A-Train because he's the first one that we kind of meet.
Yep.
What a dickhead of a character.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's like portrayed perfectly from in the comics as well.
Okay, sweet. Well, that's good.
They race swapped him. Doesn't matter.
None of that matters.
Yeah.
You know what? I didn't even know that.
Oh, didn't you?
And I've like obviously read parts of it, but I didn't remember him being like a white character.
It's really weird. They race swapped the Deep and A-Train.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Whatever.
So, whatever. It doesn't like.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter at all.
Yep.
But
they also cast a Kiwi as a Pom.
Yeah, that's true.
Which I will say, from my point of view, could we not have just found an English actor?
You think you would?
Surely there's one out there that
they tried so hard, didn't they?
There were just bits and pieces where it's just like that's just not working for me. That accent,
cringe.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, A-Train, biggest dickhead in the comic, biggest dickhead in here. So he absolutely nailed it.
Yeah.
I loved his struggle. I love that he was addicted to Compound V.
Yeah.
Which is good. It's so good. The Deep, much more of a background player in the comics.
Yep.
But I like how he wasn't the one that got involved in that the sexual assault in the comics either.
Yeah, I didn't think that was him.
No, so in the comics it was A-Train and Black Noir.
Right.
It was those two.
Yeah.
So the writers actually cut it out, and the director's like, I'm writing this back in. And they didn't know until they were shooting the scene.
Damn.
Yeah. So old mate, the Deep, was completely awkward about it. And the actress who played Starlight was like, it's all right. Let's do it.
Yeah, cool. All right, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like nobody wants to see that type of shit, right?
Yeah.
But it's kind of integral to showing how fucked up they are and how willing they are to completely bend the rules to suit their own sort of like desires or whatever.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So it really plays into the character. Nobody wants to see that shit, but like, I mean, to cut it out would kind of do a disservice to how you portray these guys as arsehole-ish as they
absolutely,
are. Yeah,
absolutely. And I really like how they made the Deep almost like a satirical version of Aquaman.
Well, yeah, and we know that the 7 is loosely based on the Justice League.
And, it's completely it. It's completely
and everybody has their, their whole sort of, obviously Homelander as Superman and Queen Maeve as Wonder Woman, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, it's kind of like the whole talking to animals and stuff was dialed up a fair bit.
Oh, hugely.
Gets into little heart-to-hearts with lobsters and stuff.
Oh, it's so good. Like they really handled that humor quite well.
Yeah.
And I like how, well, actually this sounds terrible. I don't like how, but he kind of got he got sexually assaulted.
Yes.
And like you couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like, that's your fucking, you deserve that, you piece of shit.
That was a very uncomfortable scene to watch.
I did not like it.
Look, I never in my life would I have thought I would be watching a superhero TV show where a man is getting his gills fingered. And not enjoying it.
No.
Because I always assumed they just would, Yeah. And then obviously you got Black Noir, who doesn't really do much in the show.
Doesn't do much in the comics either. How far in the comics are you? Oh, no, you're not far enough.
Not far enough.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll get there.
Yeah.
I'll definitely get there now that the show's out and I've enjoyed it. I'll go back and I'll definitely check out.
You'll love it. You'll love the rest, what comes after all of this, because this is an absolutely beautiful setup for the rest of this, because this could run for 10 seasons.
Oh, okay, yeah, cool.
There's so much to this world.
Because I was wondering what comes next.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about that pretty soon, but we'll just finish off with the last couple of characters. You got Queen Maeve and obviously Homelander, the main guy. How'd they do?
Fantastic. Queen Maeve is an absolute alcoholic in the comics.
Yep.
Because she's just so over the shit that the 7 is.
Yeah, yeah.
She hates it.
Yep.
And they portray that quite well.
Fairly well, yeah.
In the comics, she's an absolute womanizer.
Yeah,
just has men taken to her quarters so she can pretty much do whatever she wants to them.
Isn't that a manizer? Instead of a womanizer?
Oh, man-eater.
And
that's what it is, isn't it?
Any of those words.
Who knows? They're probably so un-PC these days.
Oh, absolutely.
No, not going down there.
No.
But yeah, and the Homelander, man, this is fantastic.
I thought he was really good.
He was the perfect character.
Yeah.
This is what Superman would be like if he was real.
He'd be a dick.
He'd be the biggest fuckhead. Very weird that the relationship that he had with like the management of Vought.
Yeah.
So weird.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was.
Because in the comics it's run by a man.
Yep.
And basically he's actually scared of him.
Right.
Whereas he's very, very dominant in it, and doesn't want to really like step a wrong foot.
Sure.
Because he loses money.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Yeah, well, yeah, absolutely. Shout out to Elizabeth Shue as well for being in this. Haven't really seen her in much since, I'm going to say The Karate Kid, but I know she was in like a Melrose Place or something for a while.
Oh, she looks like a Melrose Place.
That was her brother, maybe. Billy Shue. No, I don't know. Like, definitely she might have been in something else, but I feel like I haven't seen her for the longest time. And I'm hoping now she'll actually, because do you watch Cobra Kai?
No.
Okay. Well, at the end of season 2 of Cobra Kai, she's actually like via message only, but they've been talking about her and stuff like that. Her character from the original movie, right?
Oh, okay.
And they've been talking about, I wonder what she's doing, blah, 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 lost love, all that sort of crap.
And she comes back.
And Johnny like hits her up on Facebook, and then she finally gets back to him on Facebook. So I'm wondering, or I'm hoping that she'll actually make an appearance in season 3 of Cobra Kai.
Very cool.
So we'll see how we go. But it's good to see her back. And we haven't spoken about Starlight, I guess. So
Starlight, super, super great character.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's amazing in the comics. The way Huey handles like what happens to her is really shitty in the comics, because he basically thinks like she's tarnished,
right?
Rather than being there and like supporting her.
Yeah,
it's like, why would you do this to me?
Yeah,
and it's like, fuck you, Huey.
What a bitch.
Yeah, like fuck you,
what
man.
a bitch move.
Yeah, and she handles it like an absolute boss. She's like, this is about me.
Yeah,
this isn't about you. And the way that they handle it in this TV show.
Much better. Yeah.
Perfect.
And it makes Huey a much more likable character.
Absolutely.
As well, yeah.
Absolutely.
Simon Pegg's in it.
Yeah, it's way too much for my liking.
Really?
Like, yeah, because it's like, come on, man.
It's Simon Pegg. It's Simon Pegg, though.
He shot all his scenes in a day, though.
Yeah, you're going to not have him in the show?
True.
Seth Rogen made an appearance.
Yes, he did.
Billy Zane was in there for a bit.
Oh, my God. I could not believe that.
I love how it's like basically they go to a con and they play the conventions perfectly with what you would expect, which is like kind of C-grade characters and washed up actors and stuff like that.
So good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's
Billy Zane and Tara Reid.
Oh, mate, that's exactly what you'll see at the cons around around Australia.
Absolutely. And Haley Joel Osment as Mesmer was pretty cool.
Yeah,
it's he's one of these stories because he was the kid from The Sixth Sense, right? And so his child actor, everybody thought he was going to blow up and all that sort of stuff.
That's fucking where I remember him from.
Yeah, and he kind of like fell off the wayside and obviously put on a bit of weight and all that sort of stuff as well.
Man.
But hey, he's getting out there again and he's doing some stuff. He was in Tusk.
Oh, God.
Which might have been the first step back for him. I don't know, but hey, you got to start somewhere.
You got to take a step back to run forwards.
That's right. But yeah, like he's back. Good to see him back doing stuff, even though he's
and really good use of that character
had his
too.
Face smashed in by the end of it, which was pretty brutal.
That's what the Butcher's like 24/7.
Yeah,
like he'll just kill anyone.
I guess the only thing I was a little bit disappointed about, if I was disappointed about anything, is I really thought there would be a lot more taking down superhero stuff.
Oh, right.
Whereas they don't really do it at all. They take down what's that guy? What's the invisible guy?
Oh, Translucent.
Translucent, yeah. So
which I thought that was an obvious way to just like get to that guy
internally.
Yeah,
you would think so.
It's like poison him.
Like, how has nobody tried to go through his body yet? That'd be my first thing.
Yeah,
let's just start stuffing him with stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see what happens. So they did that, but there wasn't a lot more of it. There wasn't much more of it.
Yeah,
and I'm not sure. Maybe I'm misremembering the comics. I just thought they kind of kicked ass a bit more in that than they did.
They do. See, in the comics, there's like subgroups.
Yeah.
So like, there's their Teen Titans of the world
which,
and stuff.
They do reference and stuff like that.
And they kind of like go through that and build up to the 7 because they got to go like kick all the goons' asses first.
Yeah.
And there's super villains in that world too.
Yes.
Which is only just introduced towards the end of the series.
Yeah.
So who knows? Maybe that's what season 2 will be like.
More about the kind of the rise of the supervillains and maybe I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, so I was just a little bit disappointed because I wanted more of that. It's like you guys are the boys. You guys are the ones that are supposed to take these guys down, but we just don't see it.
Yeah,
like we're never seeing it.
Absolutely.
So,
and I want them to take the Compound V.
Yes, because that does happen.
That does, like that. It was like a prerequisite of being a boy. Is like you have to take Compound V because
that's the only way you can do battle with superheroes. Yeah. And they haven't done that at all. They all seem very much against it.
Yeah,
they've even referenced that it doesn't work very well in adults.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're going to go down that route or if we're going to keep it as humans versus superheroes. But we'll see what happens.
I do want to see a little punch on between them all.
Oh, absolutely!
Like, how good would that be?
It'd be so good. Now, happy with the way it ended? Cliffhanger styles?
Holy, completely different.
From the comics, yeah. So that's what I've heard.
Because, like, there was this scene where you see him hold a baby.
Yeah.
And he, like, starts killing people with it. And I was like, I wonder if that's, like, his wife giving birth to that baby.
Yeah.
No.
But it wasn't.
It wasn't. You bastards tricked me.
Tricks.
Fuck. I loved it. I loved the way it ended.
Yeah. I thought it was really good as well because it could have gone down a real obvious route.
Yes.
And it didn't, which I thought was great. And it left it on a really big cliffhanger for next season. And it's like, what the fuck is going to happen next season? Then, you know what I mean? So I thought that was really good. Speaking of next season, like, what do you think we're going to get? Or like, what do you hope to see?
Oh, mate, I reckon next season we're going to get Herogasm.
Yeah.
Do you know what that is yet?
No.
Okay. Because
I want to.
Well, look, okay, I'll build up to it because it will be a couple of steps. It might even be a season 3.
You've got to build up to your Herogasm. You can't just
you can't just
throw it out there.
They're too early.
Yeah.
You can't prematurely get to your Herogasm.
Yeah, it doesn't work that way. No one will be happy.
So I want to see villains in this universe.
Yes.
I want to see more villains. I want to see Compound V maybe get released into the water stream or something like that.
Yep.
Where maybe a diluted version of it makes all these other heroes and villains, and we kind of just see that play out.
Yep.
And the boys have to go through and like start taking all those bastards out.
Yep.
Which will then lead to Herogasm because that's kind of like when all those superheroes and the villains go, we're not fighting, we're fucking.
Oh, I do actually remember hearing about that at some point. Yeah. Cool.
But it's like, it's so extreme.
Yeah.
It's like, it's so stupid.
I don't know if it'll build to that, but hey, you don't know.
I want them to reference it at least.
They might reference it.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens.
But I mean, there's so much to this series. It's just like where I want them to do a slow burn because this was a really slow burn for this first season and I loved every second.
Well, see, I think it was a slow burn, but I don't think it dragged at any point.
Yeah, no, that's exactly it.
I think they handled it really well. I think with like me personally, I just want to see more punch-ons.
Yes.
I want to see more boys versus heroes or villains or whoever it is, but I want to see more of that action. I want to see more of the boys being the boys and doing the job that they're supposed to be doing. So I want to see a lot more of that. The series creator has said, for everybody that's complaining that it hasn't happened so far, Terra the Bulldog is coming.
Of course.
But it's only coming for one episode.
Really?
Yeah. Because it's kind of like, could you imagine trying to have that all the time? Because you can't just have like just a bulldog. Like it's got to be some sort of CG-ish.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? Like it's not just a bulldog that does nothing.
It's a bulldog that's a fuckhead.
That's a fuckhead.
Yeah.
So I think they said that they have managed to do one episode, which was a massive pain in the ass, but they've done it.
Yeah, okay.
And then they'll pretty much retire the dog back to wherever it's been this whole time.
Yeah, okay.
But they will bring it out to play at some point.
Cool.
Yeah.
Because like it's not huge to the story.
Yeah, yeah.
But it'd be
But it's
I just want to see Billy Butcher say fuck it And then the dog goes and fucks it.
Yeah. We all want that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Isn't that fucked up, though? That's what we want from this TV show.
Well, is it? Is it what we deserve?
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
We definitely deserve it.
We've had a lot of, kind of like...
we've watched a lot of Flash.
We've watched a lot of CW shows, man. We don't need that shit anymore.
Isn't this like a really refreshing change to all of that?
In a sense, yes. But a lot of shows, like as an example, I'll use Preacher as an example again. Preacher's another one of these ones that's kind of gone down the, hey, we're not afraid to swear, like our main characters are assholes, and we're violent, and there's a whole lot of shit that isn't PC that we're going to talk about and we're going to do and stuff like that. So it's not the first one to do it, but I like the fact that we're getting a lot of these shows where once upon a time you probably never would have been able to get it. And probably more purely because they wouldn't have been able to make it because, we were dealing with things like goddamn Smallville and stuff like that. What I mean? And that's nothing against Smallville, but it is a product of its time. So I'm glad we finally get to see these sort of things done properly.
Yep.
And we also get the platform because it's not just free to air TV. So we've got the streaming services where we can get this very sort of violent adult
next level type of stuff for sure.
So it's good. So I hope to see more.
Yeah.
And perhaps we will.
I just want a whole season of Homelander.
Okay.
Because that guy is badass.
But he's also a dick.
It's brilliant.
But it's not like a dick in a good way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I just really like how the whole 7 are scared of him.
Well, they should be, really, when you think about it.
Oh, absolutely. It's kind of like, why isn't everyone scared of Superman? I mean, Batman is.
No, he's not. How dare you? Look,
Batman's scared of everyone.
I would like to see more from Homelander other than eye lasers. Seems to be a lot of eye laser action.
But how cool are those eye lasers?
It's cool, but it's like, come on, man. You can do heaps more than that. Throw some people. He doesn't even really throw people that often.
That's true.
He just eye lasers everybody.
Yeah. Why muck around with anything else?
Because it's just not like...
They had the CGI template.
They had it.
Yeah.
And they're just like, well, fucking, we're going to use this all the time. We're going to get our money's worth. We've got a month's subscription.
Yeah, of laser eyes. We haven't got the freeze breath expansion pack yet.
Yeah.
What do you think of him in the army?
We only saw that once. That was just that one scene, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. But again, that was all eye laser.
It wasn't it?
Like everything. Yeah. Every single thing that he did was eye laser. So, that's my problem with it.
And what's your opinion on when he's just like, let the plane crash?
That I thought was really good.
Yeah.
Because I didn't think they were going to do it. And I didn't think they were going to, go. And again, it's shit and it's terrible, but it's integral to showing how fucked up he is as a character.
Yes.
And I think to actually have let them all die, including the kid, and you're like, oh, well, we'll save the kid at least. Nah.
And he's just like,
nah,
I'll fucking kill you all.
Yeah.
And it's like,
it was good. It was a really good turn.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was good.
And because you have these thoughts like, just carry the plane down.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'll fucking shoot through it.
Yeah,
and you're like, you know what? He probably
maybe
would.
He would.
Yeah.
Maybe this is more realistic than,
than any other comic book out there.
Than that whole Superman Returns bullshit.
Yeah.
Where he catches the plane and it's one of the best scenes in the movie, but it's all bullshit.
Yeah, it's fake.
None of that had happened. You should have let them all die.
Look, it wasn't even a real plane that he caught.
It wasn't. Anyway, he saved Lois Lane.
Yeah, he did. Oh, biggest question of it all is, what do you think of the Believe Expo?
Damn, son.
I really hate you. Well, as soon as it came up, I'm like, why did they have to do this?
Yeah.
Why did they have to call it the Believe Expo? I almost text you and said, if you fucking talk about this thing, I will kill myself.
Look, I did leave it right to the end of our little talk about it. So,
all right, that's good.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. So obviously it's a high recommend from you. You're calling show of the year, even though Titan season 2 is coming. That was your show of last year.
Yeah. This is the best show I've seen in a long time.
I would tend to agree with that.
Yeah.
There has been some pretty good stuff this year so far already. But yeah, I think this is right up there, if not one of the best, like if not the best so far. I think just really enjoyable. no spots where it dragged. All that sort of stuff. Action was good, violent, all that sort of stuff. I liked it.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's a really good point. There was no filler.
Yeah. 8 episodes, and that's, hey, Marvel Netflix.
Yeah,
look what happens when you do 8 episodes, baby. So that's about it for that. Anything else you want to say about The Boys before we wrap it up?
Oh, we need to do a poll.
Oh, okay, yes.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't do last week's poll because
You forgot.
I forgot.
Wow.
But it was going to be a whitewash anyway,
I would
my
have
friend.
smashed you.
It's a guarantee it would have been a whitewash.
The Boys, hit or shit?
Oh, that's too easy.
Yeah, it's too
I
easy.
think most people.
Okay, who's the best character?
Best character from The Boys. I'll put up a whole bunch and people can pick the best.
Okay.
But for the sake of Facebook, right, because it only gives you 2 options for a poll, who are the 2?
Okay, who's the bigger badass? Homelander or Butcher?
Okay, cool. I like that.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll do that. That's coming at you. Maybe it won't. Who knows?
We'll figure it
I will
out.
try my hardest to remember. I'll set myself a reminder.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey Siri. Sorry to anyone's phones that may have been set off there, but hey Google.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey Alexa, play
Big Booty Bitches.
Cool.
Okay, so we triggered some people. Anyway, that's going to do it for this week. We'll be back next week with another episode, but in the meantime, make sure you leave us a 5-star review while you can.
Hey, maybe you don't even have to bother at this point. Hey, we're on 147.
Let's get to 150.
Let's get to 150. Maybe we can finish on 150. We'll have
get us to
200
200.
episodes. No, that's not going to happen. Look, we'll have 200 episodes out there, 150 reviews. That'd be nice.
Oh, I think we're like way over
But
200.
if we get to
international.
151, you've fucked it.
Oh.
So you guys better talk amongst yourselves.
Someone delete it.
Figure out who's going to do it. Only 3 of you can, because if we get to 151, oh boy.
I'm pulling the plug early.
If you want to check out past episodes or any of the other great shows on our network, you can head to ccradio.com.au, where you will also be able to find Great Mates when it comes out. I would assume it's going to be on the same website.
Most definitely.
Yeah. So, and the other show that we spoke about that we're not really going to speak about just yet, and maybe even my show will get on there.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I've got to
You've got to talk to management.
I've got to talk to management and see if my new show can get on there, but we'll see what happens. So that'll be there.
And look, finally, the last thing you can do is head to our Facebook listener community and join in on all the fun with all the other listeners.
That's right. And that is another thing we've got to figure out how we're going to deal with that. But yeah.
Someone let us know.
What
should we do with our stuff?
What should we do with all of our stuff?
Who wants it?
Can we?
We'll have a CC garage sale. All
closing down sale.
Yeah, I like
everything
that.
must go. That's it.
Yeah.
That is it. As always, I'm Troy.
I'm Cade.
And this has been Comic Confidential.
Believe.
Damn, son.
Man. You know what? I'm going to press this one and then we're going to go.
It's not on.
Oh, you've ruined it.
There. Now you can press it.